Oh Lord. All right. Nonetheless, I have a slide. I have the slide already. I made it. I made a video for you guys today. All right. Now, where am I now? Where I was. So I was saying to you that it is some of the moments. Um, right. And as a result, we had all of these components, and we get minus 105.6. And this is going to be pound per foot, right? So it's 2 units, all right? Remember, it's a moment now. So it's must force times some distance, all right, in terms of your unit. All right, let me clear up this because some of that stuff supposed to be coming up shortly, and I don't want to have them in the way. But as I said, the convention that I use right there, anti-clockwise is positive. All right, so sum of the moment in the anti-clockwise direction is positive. I would say equal to zero most time, except for this topic. All right, all right. Where do we go from here? Let us move on. So, all right. So as I said to you before, we find the single resultant force that we need by taking Pythagoras theorem. So it's you applying Pythagoras theorem here. We look at the component of the sum of all the forces in the x, which is 42.5, and all of the forces in the y, which is 50.31, actually minus 50. But it doesn't matter because you're going to square it. You put it here. So you square it, use Pythagoras, and you get 65.9. So that is a single force that we want. But also, we want to find out the direction of that single force. How do we get this direction? Now, this direction, if you look, we look at the two components. And one way to do it is to just say, okay, you have 40, so we're gonna sketch a little diagram. You draw a little triangle. So that is the horizontal. You have the 42 there in the x direction, positive x. And then you have a minus 50. So you know that you must be going down in the negative quadrant, so to speak. So that is minus 50. So this is the 50, 0.31, and this is the 42.5. No, so that's the force will be there. That is will be 65, and this is the angle that you need. That angle right there. All right. Can you see the diagram you have here? So we're showing that the resultant is going in that direction. And from that you apply tan. Now tan is what? Tan is opposite divided by the adjacent. So it is going to be 50.31 divided by 42, and you will get 49.8 as the angle where that resultant force is going to act. Somewhere along this frame, along AB here, it will act. Now, the next step after finding all of that, the last part now is to find the distance from A where the force actually hang or occur. That single force, remember that single force is going to replace all of these three forces, That's really what we're finding. All right, so the equivalent single resultant force can be located onto the beam AB at a distance D measuring from A. Now, the approach is we know that force, that moment is equal to force times distance, right? So moment is equal to force times distance. But you must observe something here. Careful right here. Because you tend to make mistake if you don't look good. This is going to be FRY. That is the most important thing. It is not FX and it's not F the resultant that you're using. This guy here is not this guy I use. Right? If you use a resultant force, it's going to be wrong. You must use one of the components and it's not the X. Right? And why is not the X? Because this frame is horizontal, so you can't use the X. If the frame was vertical, then possible. But you cannot use the X, you have to use the Y. So most time we use the F of Y to find where that force is located. So it's standardized is F of Y you must use, not F of X and not the resultant F of R here. Right? And that's the biggest difference that you right here. So a lot of people get that wrong. So they tend not to remember and just use the resultant force. So applying moment, right? You just say that it is going to be force times distance. So you just transpose a D. So therefore it is going to, what's your moment now? 105.6 minus divided by F of Y, which is right up here. 50.31. and you divide that and you get 2.10. So it's somewhere across here. See here? This is not drawn to scale. Of course, the force is somewhere from A onto the B. Actually, this is supposed to be probably a little bit more up, resting somewhere right up here. So the arrow is a little bit misplaced, but you get the essence of what's happening. So it should be really up there. And that is really what's about single resultant force. Now, on the slide, I've actually broken down the one that we did last week. This one here, what I did is just, if you find the angle with this, it makes life easy, right? It's asking for the same thing, right? But what I did here, all I did, rather than using the 435 triangle, I just say, all right, fine. Just find the angle right here. If you can't bother, 4.5 is cos, right? So can you see the angle right here? 4.5 is cos. So it's 0.8. The cos inverse of 0.8 give you 36.9. And I do the same thing down here. I find the angle subtending right here, right? And the angle subtending down here is 53.1, right? Everybody agree that the angle subtending down here is 53.1? And you can check it, because it's going to be 3. This is 4. And this is 5. So the ratio we actually use over here is 3.5. So 3 is the cos of 3.5. Whatever that is, and you'll get 53.1. So if you do it that way, it makes life a little bit easier if you're not comfortable using the ratio. So what I did here, just to clarify from last class, so f of x1 for the 100 force. Remember, the 100 force is going in the negative direction. You see it? It's not in the positive, so it means that both components are negative. So for the x, it's going to be minus 100 cos 36.9. And for the y, it's minus 100 sine 36.9. And those work out to minus 80 and 60. For this force down here, the 150, you're going to look again, it has a component in the x and the y. If you notice, the component in the x is positive, while y and the y is negative because it's coming down. So we go 150 cos 53.1 for the x, and you get 90. If anybody don't understand there, please tell me, because I'm just going through. This one here now, f of y, for the component coming down here, which is minus, is going to minus 150 sine 53.1. Everybody say it is sine because it's looking on that side. But if it lie right beside it is cos, and that's why I get cos for that one. So that's 90 minus 120. So both. Now, the only other force you have left is the 50, and it only has one component, which is given, which is in the x-axis, so 50 only. So all you do here, you sum all of the forces in the x. So you go minus 80, 90, plus the 50, you get 60. You do the same thing for the y, minus 60 and minus 120, you get minus 180. All right, that's what we did last week. Now, so from that now, the next move is to take the moment. All right. Now the moment. Hold on a second. Did I work out the moment simpler for you anywhere down here? All right. Look at right here. So for the moment part now, right? Look at this slide. The slides, I break the slide down a little bit to clarify last week. Now, for both components for the 150, one of the component going down, which is 60, right? And one is 80. See them here? So they're both in the negative, right? Direction. For the 150, one is going down 120 and one is going positive 90. And of course, you have the 50. The 50 not going to be in it because it's running through A. It's running straight through A, so you don't have any distance from A. So let's look at the other 4 components quickly. We'll go up to this line right here. The sum of all of the forces taking moment in the anticlockwise as positive right here. So let's look at 80 first. So the 80 is going that way. This pink force going in the x, and the distance from A is going to be 1. So it's 1 from A, but it's going to be 10 to turn it this way into the anticlockwise direction. Right? So it's going to be pushing it that way and automatically spinning it around into the anticlockwise. So you will get 80 times 1. Anybody understand that? I'm sailing, So if you don't talk, I'm gonna ride and whistle. All right, next one is the 60. The 60 is coming down, I'm pushing it down. But what distance is it from that direction here? 6. So it's 60 times it, and that is in the what? Clockwise, so it's going to be minus. All right, the last one now. Come again. For the 90, the 90 is gonna run right through here. Because in the for the 150 force, the 90 is going to run, the 90 component is gonna run right through. Hang on a second. Someone saying something to me. Let me see what it is. Oh, okay. All right. So all right. I see you guys are communicating. All right, let me get back into the reading. So the 90 is running through here. So that the distance from A is 0. So that is not in the part at the moment. But the 120 is a part of it. Can you remember the 120 is this component, the f of y. See it right here? And see the 90 here. So both components, I work them out. So you can see for the first one, the 100 component, see it here, remember that line? And for this one, for the 150. So just the 150 alone, 120, pardon me. So the 120 is going down through here, through this point. So it's going to be tend to be pushing it into the clockwise, pushing it in the clockwise. But what distance is it from there? 3. So it's going to be minus 120 times 3. And that work out to be minus 640. So that's right. So that is just some of your moments. From once you get that now, you are going to apply your equation here. Moment is equal FRY times D. FRY was what again? FRY was 180. So it's 180 divided by 640. So you get 3.6. So wherever 3.6, that force is gonna hang off right there. I think it's on the slide where it somewhere should be there. So it's hanging off right here. Right? Now the angle. Remember the angle? It's the same way we get the angle. As I explained before. The angle now, let me just explain a little bit about the angle. You look, you see one component is 60 and one is
Sir.
minus 180. Yes.
And this is all the moments from point A alone, right?
Come again. I didn't hear you, Brandon.
The moments are calculated from point A alone, right?
Yes. From point A is that point that we reference point. Yes, from A. And we are saying to you now, to get the angle, the direction that the resultant force act, we're going to assess the two components again. And for clarity, you can just simply draw a triangle to get your bearings going. So if you say the f of rx is 1, so you just go 60, bam, and you draw 60, because it's positive. All right? And then your f of y now is going down. So you do, see here? So therefore, that single resultant force must be acting this way. So see here? So therefore, this is the angle you want. Right? Either that angle or this one, and this is the same thing. So this is what? 60, and this is 180. And therefore, that is a tan. So you know tan of the opposite divided by the adjacent give you 71.6. And you get the angle, your direction there. So if you ask for direction, you want, listen to me, if you ask for direction, you must give us this, A lot of people don't give us that. They just give us all of these things, and you must give us those. All right? To be specific. Then now you just apply this equation, and it's 3.56 from the A. So see it here, some distance, it's actually supposed to, it could be touching here. So it's not drawn to scale, of course. So that would represent the 0.6 will be from here to there. 0.6, 0.56 will be from here to wherever I touch. Right? And you have the angle. So you can actually put the angle in. This angle will be the 71.6 right here. All right. I remember that angle is the same angle as to the horizontal up here. So any which way you draw it, is the same thing. All right. So that's a force, and its distance from A is that reference point. Now, is there any clarity needed on that? You understand it now? So I spend a little time and I break it down. All right. Is anybody need any clarity before we move on? Because I'm sealing. Oh, by the way, everybody type your name in the chat for me. Last week I think I didn't get to get my good register going, but I'll have to check today. All right. God is good everlastingly. All right. Challenges are getting behind me now. All right. Now, all right. So let us move on. This one here now. All right, let's see what is it that they want us to do. And as I said to you guys, my intention is to do another topic. Don't necessarily know if I'm going to start it tonight. I could start it. I could start the discussion, actually. All right. But I also have some classwork. Because I need persons to be doing. And as I said before, my classwork is group work. So you said if I give it to you even this evening, it's tomorrow. I want persons in the group to look at the problem, to work it, come to class, explain it. While you're explaining, I'm gonna grade you. Right? And I want persons in the group to participate. So not Mr. Brown alone coming here and talk. Right? And you're not participating. All right. So all of those persons who have other activity in the background, I'm gonna beg you a little bit of time. All right, please. I'll work with you. Work with me. All right. No, so I need to get you involved. All right. Some of you are dropping asleep. You want something to do in the process. All right. So 2D frame, couple system, equivalent resultant force. Now this has one difference to it. There's a moment acting at a point. No, so it's pretty much similar, but only thing difference is that there's a moment acting at a point. And we're just gonna go through it quickly. All right. And I said I have a video of this class, as a backup. All right. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to assess your components of the different force. So how many force we have here? We have two, and we have a moment. All right. And it's simple. First convention, equilibrium equation, you're going to sum all of the forces in the x. And going in this direction, the convention is positive. Going up is negative for the y. So let's look at them. Now, for this force, the challenge would be once you see the ratio, some people lose it if you're not seeing the angle. But you don't have to lose it. All right? You just go and you say, all right, you draw back the line and you draw it back. Whoops. Let me go and get that. That one is out. Let me redo that. My position is not proper, but it is gonna work for me anyway. All right, so let's go again. Better sketch. All right, and then so what you have here, all right. Let me reposition because I'm probably a little bit skewed. All right, I think that was what happened. Let's crop that one. All right. Now, so you have 4, 3, 5 triangle, and you need this angle. And you, that is the angle you need, So you know, so that's a cos. Cos for the x. Cos theta is equal to 4.5. And the sine is 3/5, right? You can see it because sine is going that way. From your opposite. And this is line beside. So you know that the x is a cos and the y is a sine. All right. So that's good. Once you're able to see that. For those, and what you can do for those people who are struggling, just find the angle. What did we say? Cos of 4.5 is again. What did we say? It is what? 36.9. All right. It's either 36.9 or 53.1. Right? I think that was 39.5. If somebody can confirm that. All right. Now, so that angle here, you'll say the two components of those forces we need to find. So it has one in the x, one in the y. And likewise this one. This one is easier because it gives you an angle. So let's do the 150 first. So it's going to be cos 150, and it is positive. So it's cos 150 because that's 4.5. Right? For the x component. For the y, all right, this problem to actually work out the x's first. So now for the x down here, it's going to be what now? A sine, because what? the angle is up here and it look into this side. So it's a sine. So it's a 50 sine 30. And of course, it's positive. So that's work out to give you the x, the sum of all the x value. What about the y? For the y, you have one coming down here. That one is going up positively. For the y, there's a 50 cos 30 because it's going up. See here? Everybody agree with this one here? This is 50 cos 30. See here? 50 cos 30. Who don't see that? And for this one now, the one going up here is going to be a what now? See it over here. So remember this the 150. 150 is here and the 150 was coming up through here. So the angle says must a sine. Right? It's a sine because look, 3 upon 5 and it going to that direction. It's a sine. So it's sine of that angle times 150. And the ratio for the sine here is 3 upon 5. Right? So you had those in, and you have your x component and you have your y. So you know that you actually have the single resultant force that you need already. So to find the magnitude and direction of the single resultant force, we use Pythagoras and you square them, right? What about the angle subtended? You look again at the two components, class. All right. So how we do it now in the name of Jesus? We go this way, right? In the positive x, and then we go, both of them are positive, and then one go up. All right, and if that go up, it means that where we start from here up to that point, and this is acting like the the single resultant force, which is that line, and this is the angle that we want. So therefore, we know that one is going to x is this is 145 and this is 133.3, and you use tan. And the tan of that gives you 42.6, right? So you get the angle there. Now that you get that angle, you need to take moments now. But we haven't taken the moment part. Let's see if it's the next line is the moment line here. So let's go and explain that line. All right, the moment line, we're going to look at each component. So how many components we have for forces? We have 4. We have 2 in the x, 2 in the y. All right, so let's look at them individually now. All right, so the first one we're going to look at the 150. The 150 force. And remember, they tend to be acting through here. At the end of the day is right here, so them acting through here. All right, so one is in the x and one is in the y. See them? Now the y in the for the 150 is running right through A. So therefore, the one for the y, the 150, this one is out. This one is out. Only one force is going to be contained with the x, which is going to be 4 upon 5 cos, no, 4 upon 5 times 150, whatever value that work out to be. So we only this one alone. Now, this is a reference point that we're taking moment from, please. Remember, Brandon just asked you reference point for the other problem. This one, see the A here. So in reference to A and the horizontal force here, this is going to spin it into the what now? What direction? The anti-clockwise direction. So we're taking, so anti-clockwise is positive and it's gonna swing it in that direction. Now what distance is it from A, class? 2. See here, see the 2 here? From A to that point where the forces is 2. So it's going to be 4.5 times 150 times 2, and it is positive. Because going into what? Into the anti-clockwise direction, it's positive. We could actually have the sum should have been right here. I don't know. I left the sum them out. Anyhow, that was done a while, some time back. All right. Now, what about the other force we have now? So we have the 50, and it has 2 components likewise. Those 2 components are going to be involved in the problem. So one is going to be going up, and one is going to be going that way. Right. Those are the 2 components. So let's look at both of them now. So the one in the y direction. Let's look at the one in the y direction. If I can follow the slide as it. So the 50 cos 30. Why did I get cos 30? Where's cos 30? Cos 30 is y, because it's right beside it here. Remember that the angle is up here now. So it's running beside it in the positive y. So see it here? So if it's going up and it's going across here, so it's going up, 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 up. And what is the distance from A? It is not more than 3. So now it's right here and it's spinning and it's going up. So it's going to tend to turn it into the clockwise direction. Who agreed me or who disagreed me? So we say clockwise, and the clockwise is minus. You must drop in your minus sign times 3. So that's it. So that's a moment for that 50 force component going up there. Who don't understand me? Anybody? Everybody good? Everybody good? Hello?
We're following you, sir. We're following you.
All right, blessed be. All right, good. Next one. Next component now. This guy here going that direction. All right, so I'm coming through here, right across here. Now, where is it perpendicular distance from A? It must be all of this distance to where the line is. Eh? The transmissibility of forces here, coming right through. And the distance from A is 6. So it's going to be, but then again, what's the direction now? If it is here and you're pushing the force and pushing it that direction, you're going to be pushing it into automatically going to have a pivot against that point, and it tends to be turning it in that direction, which is what? That direction is anti-clockwise. So it's 50, and this is positive because anti-clockwise. So it's 50 sine 30 times 6. Positive because it's a anti-clockwise. I will say anti-clockwise, positive. Remember that. Now the last one, we have a moment here. Which direction is that moment turning? It turning into the anti-clockwise direction. So it's a positive. So you're going to have to add it to your moment equation. So you put that 50 there, and you get 760 pound force. All right. And it's as simple as that. Right. Whoops. Problem done here. So, well, they didn't ask for the distance and so forth. But this particular problem didn't ask for that. But that is pretty straightforward.
Sir.
Yeah.
The 150 force, the y component of it, isn't it supposed to be positive? So you have it going down.
Oh, yes. My mistake. My bad. My bad. Let me just read that. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. A good observation. Excellent. So it's actually supposed to be going up through A. Right. But it wasn't involved in the thing. Yeah, I would have recognized it. So it's running right through A. So because running right through A, there's no perpendicular distance from A. We see it sometimes with the X component, but this time is a Y. So it's running through. Yeah, so it's supposed to be going up. You're correct. See this component here. This force here is actually at that angle. So it must be going positive X and positive Y in order to be up in this direction. Yeah, so that is an excellent observation. Wrong. All right. So let's move on. Not a problem. And this problem here is a little bit more tricky than the others. I'll briefly look at it because it's relevant. So it's basically asking for the same thing. What's the difference here? They're saying moving force to A and had them to 45 kilonewton free moment to find the resultant. So they're saying find and sum all the moments resulting from moving each force to A, which is basically the same thing, and had them to the 45 kilonewtons, right? Which is, see that moments there? So 45, this is a moment here, right? So it's a moment, which is, see 45 there, free moment to find the resultant MRI, which is what we did just now. All right. Now, all I do here, you're gonna find the component again of the X. How many forces we have? Only 2, right? So you notice this one now is a different, the direction is given is a, we call it a 5, 12, 13 triangle, not a 4, 3, 5. But it's the same thing. Same principle applies. Using your tricks. All right. So for the first one, the 25, they have 5, 13. So that means it's a cos. So the first one is a cos 513 is cos, which is right. And what direction is that? There's a positive x times 25. So you see that's the first one. All right. The next one, in terms of the x for the 30, all right, look good. So this one is going to go that direction. So the x is going to be negative and the y is going to be negative. If you look at the components for this one. Now, for the x is going to be a cos 30. Am I correct there? Sorry, sine, because it come in that direction. Yes, it's a sine 30 and it's minus. So it's minus 30 sine, minus 30 sine 30, right? And that gives you minus 5 kilonewtons. And what about this one? This one now, how many components? You have, let's go for the y component over here. One will be coming down. So it's minus, all right? And it is going to be a 1213, right?
Well, negative 30.
Negative 1213. Right? Everybody, I see why we get negative 1213 times 26. Who don't see this piece here? It's just using the ratio. You could actually just find the angle, you know. You could just find the angle right here and just use the angle if you're comfortable in doing it that way. All right. And then now you do the next one now, the y for this one, which is going to be a what now? A cos. So it's coming down minus 30 cos 30. So you get those, you get the two components, right? And then we move on. So you know you can find the magnitude of the resultant. You use Pythagoras, you square them, you get 50.2. And you do the same thing with the components. Look at these components. You can drop your triangle. You have two negatives, so you see that they're turning down. So one will be going that direction and one coming down the direction. So it must be this equal angle up here that you want. And you find it to be 49.9 divided by 5. And you get here 84.3 as your angle. All right. All right. The next part is to take the moment. Convention again in the anticlockwise, positive. So the first component for this sign, the 30 force. All right. And which components is it that we're working with? There's one here. Which one is it? This is X. This guy here. So where the X is? See the X here? So the X is gonna be going that direction, right? And it says we have to find the moment. So the moment from the X, right? And it was what? It's taking them from A, right? Let me just clarify. Was it from A? Yeah, acting from A, right? Good. So you're acting from A. Now, what is the distance acting from A? Remember, it's right here, so they're effectively acting from A. And A is where now? See A right here, so you know, A is right here, so right in the center here. So it's going to be running across here. Essentially, that's where it really is. And there's a distance between A and that point. It is 0.3. This one is easy to catch you, but 0.3. So you multiply 0.3 by that, right? Because there's a gap between where the hole is and the bolt. And then the next one is 30 cos 30. That is going to be the y component. And the y component coming down through this point also. That's different. The distance, perpendicular distance is 2. So it's 30 cos 30 times 2 minus. Now we're going back on this force now. All right, how many components we have here? We have 2, right? So the first one, the horizontal one, the x one, which is going to be 5, 13, 26. And it's coming down also through here. And what is the same distance? Same 0.3 is the distance it's acting from. Remember, distance from top to here is 0.3. So it's factually, this is its distance. So it's 0.3 times that. By the way, we didn't talk about the turning effect of each one of them. The turning effect, remember that coming through here. So the turning effect of this is going to be clockwise, which is minus. Can anybody see this one? This one is hard to see because it's small. It's right here, but the force is driving it this way. So it's going to turn to spin it this way, coming like that. So it's minus. See here? So it's actually
Sure.
clockwise. Yes?
Sure. It's about a minute from a while. You can make a pint of beer or something.
Oh. All right. Um. Hmm. Oh, let me use. I have two of them here scrolling it. All right. See if I can. All right. So I'm saying, right, this one probably too big, but it's actually running through here. So the X, I say the X for this one is running right at this point. Right, and it show you that it's
Sir,
0.3. Right?
sir,
Mm-hmm.
sorry. What is the 45 supposed to be? Because I noticed it doesn't
45, 45.
not
45
happening.
was a, see it here, is a moment acting at this point here. It's a moment which is acting in the clockwise, which is minus. See it here, is a force times a distance. That's why it has kilonewtons meter. So it's a force is a moment. All right with that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, good. So the last one would be this one now. Which component is this one now? Is the component coming down? So for this one, the component acting through here. Remember, this component will act through right here now. Right here, so this component act through. This is not a writer. This is a display. You're talking about a bigger writer. I can't even find a bigger writer. Option. I can't find a bigger writer with this one at all. Okay, probably just find a different color. Anyway, all right. I have to use this one. I can't find a bigger one with on this page. All right, unfortunately. For the 25, let me just draw it. So the X is coming through, the Y, pardon me, is coming through here. I remember, and the X is also coming through here. All right. So this one that is coming down, the last one, is gonna act all of this distance here. How much is this? 2, 1, 6. So it's 6. So it's coming this direction. It's gonna go in the clockwise against A. So the clockwise is minus. So it's minus there, right? And you had those. So you get minus 239, and you're pretty good there. All right. Right. So that's what it asks you for. Now, if it asks you to find the distance from A, where the force act, you can actually find that. You would be dividing this figure here by this. What is that? You can actually do it. I don't think it's on the slide. Did it? This slide ask us for it, by the way? It didn't ask us for that. But all right, I just add that to it. You can simplify it. Divide 239 to see where it acts from. So it's 239 divided by, what do I divide by? Which one of the figure do I divide by to find out where it act from A?
Repeat, sir.
What distance is it? If I want to find the distance that it act from A, please find it and tell me. I'm waiting for the class to tell me. Find it and tell me. I'm waiting.
Which distance, sir, of what?
I want the distance that the single resultant force will be acting from along AB. I want the distance where the single resultant force, which is going to be what? The single resultant force is 50.2. So I want where 50.2 is going to.
Sir.
We have the direction already, but I want you to find it so we can draw it onto the frame.
Sir, 1.11.
What?
1.11
You sure?
meter.
No, sir, that's all right. Somebody else, please check again. Let me check it and see while I'm talking. I just work it out. Yeah, I'm waiting for the answer, and I want somebody draw it onto the frame right here. So I'll give you a chance to think about it. I'll go into the bathroom and come back while I think about it. Think about it. Well, you all should finish that now. Work it out. Who work it out?
Here, let me get something else different.
Get
Zero,
something?
yeah, 0.90 meter.
Come on, man.
All
Dixon.
right, you right?
Who else in the class?
I'm alone.
Hold on. Come on, man. This class have almost 25 persons. Come on, man. Really? Come on. Only 19 persons put them name in already? Listen to me, guys. We do better than that, man. Come on. Dixon, try a good try, but no, man. How did I say that you find, what's the formula to find the distant, what's the equation to find the distant acting from a point? What is the formula? But remember the formula? I am waiting now. I am waiting. I'm relaxing and waiting until I get my answer. You know. You want me to go back around and make you see the slide? Previous slide? Talk to me.
No, sir, nobody.
What? Dick says he had one in the class. Hold on. So I have to call on somebody else? Do I have to really do that? Crawford, you want to help you out? Should I unmute you, Crawford? And you help us out? You try something, man. You must have give me a little insight, man. You don't know nothing? Try, man.
All right, I'm gonna try that thing, you know.
Yeah, what did I say I want? You understand the question, first of all?
I'm not sure.
No, all I said, you know, the previous slides, I was just showing you how to find that single force that is going to replace all the force that you have on the frame. You remember? So that was the essence of what I was saying. You didn't get that?
The force that represent all of the other forces.
Yeah, man. One single force that I go just use and represent it. That was all we're finding out. That is all I was doing. That's what most times is that's what the question asks. I just want one force that is going to replace all of the other force. And it want the distance where it is acting from, A most time, and it want the angle, right? And it wants its magnitude. From once you find the sum of the F and sum of the Y, we already define the components. And then from that you use Python and you can find the force. So the force is normally not a problem. From once you find these, bam, you get those. So you see in this case, in the X is 0.5. And in the Y is 49.98, almost 50. So therefore, see it here? So that's the force. That guy is the main guy we wanted. But we also need to find where it is acting from, its angle, its direction. Right? That is the main guy. So I am saying to you now, this part never work out on the slide. So it says, I don't even want to write it. It says you need to, well, I'm asking you, give me the distance where this force is acting from. That's all I'm asking you. So I know that it's going to be acting some distant. Let's say it's going to act some distant here. All right, some distant here, argument's sake. I think this is probably too far. You know? It's probably more over this side. So look at me. Based on this 84 point something, I know that it's supposed to be 84. So my angle not even correct. It's probably more that way. All right, probably should just erase it. And that kind of crowd everything. All right. While you think about it, I'm trying to draw something there for help. So it's acting somewhere like there. All right, and we know that that is 80.
Sir.
84. This is 84. So I want that distance
Sir.
that is acting from here. That distance D. That is what
Sir.
I want asking you for. So nobody not remember what me say. Let me go through the slide a while and nobody not talk to me.
Sir.
Hmm.
All right. I have a positive, feel positive on this answer now.
What?
I feel like I decide answer now.
All
Sir,
right.
a distance of 4.78 meters, right?
Oh, you get that, boss?
Um,
Tell me how you get that.
you take the moment, like the negative 290k,
Mm-hmm.
and divide it by the y, would that be negative 49.89k.
Negative what?
Negative.
Anybody in the class agree with them? I'm waiting for the person who agree with him or disagree with him. Somebody must tell me whether or not him right or wrong. Who want to answer that? I understand that some of you, when you ask a question, you know, log out, you know, and log back in, you know. I hear so that is part of the game some persons play on this Zoom platform. I hope that my group don't stay like that. But we're not man enough and woman enough to just stand up to the thing and either you know it or you don't know it and move on. Smith, Brandon, Smith, are you a part of us here, sir? You with us? You agree with him, Smith? Yes or no? Smith like him going to sleep, man. Pollock? Stevenson? Taylor? Nobody opening the mic and answer me?
We aren't sure.
Who is that? Stevenson? Or Taylor?
I don't think that's just that his answer is right because it seems too simple, but that's the only explanation I have.
It is, you kind of break up a little bit there though. Show me here, you good.
Sir, I'm saying his answer is probably wrong because it's too simple. That's why I'm saying I don't.
I hear you.
Sir.
I hear you. You say it's too simple. It's too simple. Miss Harris, you understand anything? Come on, even group, man. Come, guys, talk to me. Miss Harris, you understand anything happened a while ago here? Miss Harris?
Sir, me there at try play catch up, so me the behind right now.
No, man. Hold on. Remember,
Sir, I wasn't in class last week, you know, so I'm saying to you that me I
all
try
right.
catch up.
But you know that I know that last week was not necessarily good for me. And I didn't get my best foot out because I wasn't well. But at the same time, I tried my best to explain it last week, but I don't think that I was getting there. So, as I said, I made a video separate from this class. But I also explain it in this class. I don't even need that video anymore. I can keep it for posterity. I don't necessarily have to give you that one. I can.
Oh, sir, send it, sir. Send it.
All right, fine. So he said that the answer is 4 point, what is it? Let me check my computer again. 4.78. And one person said too simple. All right. Okay, Dixon, remind us how you work it again.
Sir, a moment, you divide the moment by the y, and that would get the distance.
Sorry, I'm gonna write it down here. So you're saying this moment, come on, writer, MRA,
yeah,
is gonna be equals to
No, distance.
Come
Distance
on, hold on,
equal.
man. They write the formula first, man. They not write the formula first, man.
All right.
Then equals to F Y, right,
Mm-hmm.
times D. Now, so?
Yeah.
So therefore, it implies that D is equals to your moment, which is MRA divided by your FY. Not true?
Yeah.
So it is minus
Right.
239 divided by what now? Now we say that is not F is not this, but it's this you must use.
Yeah.
So it says minus 49.98. Yeah, that's it, you know. Somebody says it's too simple. That is it, man. It's simple. For once you understand what is going on, it's simple, you know. So it's 4.1, 4.78. And it is what meter. So let me check if my thing is right. It probably could be off. If it's 4 be right here. And the 0.7 probably could be down a little bit more. But this is the force. That blue line here, that's a force. So it probably should down a little bit more, and then should I put the angle in 84.3. So all the angle in everything right there. Yeah, man. That's it. He was spot on. He was wrong first. I don't know what you divide first, but you're certainly correct this time around. Oh Lord. All right. So let's scroll on. All right. What about this lovely one here? It is fully worked out on the slide. So we can look at it. Or probably I shouldn't do it. I have my reason why. Well, all right. Let us look at it. It's relatively straightforward. All right. So they say the load on the beam AB consists of 3-point loads and a coupling moment. So replace the load on the beam by a single resultant force. Specify where the force act measuring from A. All right. Where's A? A is right here. B is right here. They probably could call that C. I don't know. Probably so. So the first force is two from here. Next one is 6, and the other one is 7. All right. And they give a direction for all. This is 60.
I'm alone now, see right there.
Oh, the writer thing is a problem, eh?
So when you go
If I use
draw,
it, only if I use the zoom
but
one.
when you indicate, you use a big one.
No, I'm not see you right on the slide.
Hold on. I wonder if I use the zoom writer probably a little bit better. But maybe we can see if I can write with the zoom one. Let me try the zoom writer. It might be a little bit bigger. All right.
It's on a bigger
Try.
anything on the
I don't necessarily
not
like
see
it, you know. Can you see the zoom writer? You see the zoom icon? Can you see it now? I'm not writing with it now, but can you see it?
Yes, sir, I see it, but that's a me not
Yeah.
see you right.
Okay. All right. So I'm saying right here. All right. So I'm having the zoom on as a point. All right. So right. So you have the 450 force, and then you have the 300, and then you have the 700. All right. What is it that they say you must do? You must do this basically the same thing I did before. Let us look at the solution. It's all worked out. So it's not my go at it. The problem with the Zoom writer thing, you know, I can't bother it, you know, it just give me a headache sometimes. All right. This one is a little bit fine. Whoa, maybe you're not going to manage that. All right, tell you what. You know what I'm going to do? I got a nice exercise. It's on the slide. I'm going to discard that. What I'm going to do, we're going to pick it up, and you're going to help me to do it. So just want to see if you guys trying to understand anything here. All right, I'm just going to pick up this. We already know it's from A, and A is up here. So we're going to go through the whole process. Irrespective that the solution is there, we're going to go through it. Let's go into
Sir. Sir,
yes, go ahead.
I was seeing it quite well.
No man, hold on man. Yeah man, me hear you know, but never try something different, you know. I try something different to see if I can hold on. I can't work with this one. This one not working. All right. Don't bother that one. Let me try this one. I'm going into OneNote. Tell me if you can see OneNote. Hold on. I'm trying to get into OneNote. Can you see anything in my OneNote? You see a figure there? Can you see anything there? Are you seeing it? Yes or no?
Sir, your screen's not sharing.
Hold on. And I'll tell you that I'm having a little problem with this what's happening recently Zoom. Hold on. Can you see it now? Good now? I figure out you're seeing it now.
Yes, sir.
All right, beautiful. All right. So it's only the figure alone come around. The wording don't come around, but we know the wording already. All right. So the first thing I wanted to do for me, I want to find, let me pick up a lovely writer. One of the best that I can find around here. Come on. Where are they? Oh, where are the writers here? Go on static, eh? It's a static, not physics class. Where am I? I hope it's a static. Those are physics. All right, this is where we should have been. All right, let me see. This is the last class now. Hold on. I want to make sure it's a static class that I'm in. So I'll have those notes. St. Charles. All right. All right. Okay. All right. There we are. Now I want the class to help me. Firstly, I want you to get the practice, right? And see how big of my writer is this time? No, let's see if it's too big. All right, so f of x, we want the f of x components. I want the f of, well, probably too big, f of y. All right, so we're gonna look for all the components for, all right, another way to do it, let's reduce this right in here. A little bit too big, maybe a little bit too odious. So, all right, call this one f of 1, call it one f of 2.
So you can enlarge back your screen.
I can do what? If I can do what?
Enlarge back your screen. Zoom your screen.
The Zoom screen, you're not seeing anything?
Yes, man. But it's still fine.
If I could launch it back, like that? That's what you're talking about? That's not what I want. Hold on. What I just do a while ago. I don't know. It seems like I'm working on another phone. Hold on. I'm actually in. I'm in to some other topic that I was teaching. Oh Lord. Hold on. Let me see what is happening here. Something is a little bit mixed up here. Let me just, all right, tell you what I do. Let me just drop in this as a different. Let me start all over. Come again. Yeah. I know more topics that I've taught, but they're on the page. Need to manage the page a little bit better. F2. F3. Can you see it any at all? I cannot go full screen because I want to have the icon.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, good. All right. So we're gonna go through it again. We have half an hour. Come quickly. F1, we're gonna identify the components of F1. All right. So F1 is gonna have a Fx1 and it's going to have a Y1, if you want to call that, or F1Y, right? What are the, can somebody tell me the component of the F of X for the first force? Do I have to call?
2 meters.
For me? The force I said in the component of the force. You never asked the distance. Just the component of the force I want. So I want the component of the 450. The 450, I want the component of the 450 in the X and the Y. So give me the X one. And you must tell me whether or not it's positive or negative. I want the component of the 450 Newton force in the X. What is the component? We are breaking up the force into X and Y components. I just want a component in the X. For the 450.
450 cos 60.
450 cos 60. All right, boss. Good. What's the F of Y now? Somebody else can tell me that, please. This is an opportunity for people to interact, actually do the thing, I'm walking you through it. I'm not doing it myself. I waiting on you. If you don't do the thing, you're doing it, but I just do it.
Negative 450 sine 60.
Negative 450 sine 60. All right. So we finish those two. All right. So I want F of 2x and I want F of 2y. Who's gonna answer this one?
300 sine.
Well, 300 is which one?
300 cos
300 is for the x or for the y?
x.
300 is for the x? Think again.
No, sorry. Zero.
Uh-huh.
0.
And this one is?
0 cos.
And this one is what? This one is F of y2 is what?
300 sine. Negative 300 sine.
All right, let me help you. 300. It's just coming down alone. And this is what? Minus. So this one is 0. All right. Next one. This is F of 3. I have F of 2 up there. This is 3 actually. All right. So we got the F of 3x and F of 3y. Come with me now. All right. Let me break it out for you. People can't see it. So going down that way, it is 60. And the value is 700. So it has a component this way. Going down, it has a component that way. So it has a negative component. Go ahead.
Would that be negative 700 cos 60?
Mm-hmm.
Negative 700 sine 60.
All right, beautiful. Beautiful. So now that we have the components, we can take it a little further. We can go find some moments now. I'm gonna play Dolly House with it now. All right. So we can go up and play a little Dolly House. All right. So from convention, taking it anti-clockwise as positive, some of the moment, right? All right. So in the anti-clockwise direction is positive, some the moment, right? And I said in this case, it's not equal to zero, right? When you're in equilibrium forces, you don't equate it to zero. Okay, actually have a value, but otherwise it's to zero. Anyway, let's take it from there. So now we're going to take moments. And remember, we're acting from where? The point that we are considering is from A up here. This point out here. So now we're going to take the moments, assess each component. And now remember, there's a component here in the Y, and there's one in the X. Likewise out here, there's one there, and there's one there. All right. So let's assess them. Probably need a different color right down to here. All right. I'll do that blue. I hope you can't. No, you're not gonna see the blue. Too light. Black. All right. So we're gonna take some moment now. I can't get a bigger one. All right. So the first one, we're gonna look at the F of 1 forces. These here over here. Hope you can see my pointer. We're gonna look at these. So for the first one, you have two components. One, we need to find moment, it must be force time perpendicular distance. So it must have a distance from A. If it have a distance from A, it is zero. So for the F of X, for the X, it's running right to A. So it's no zero. So that one is zero. So there's no moment there. But for the Y, we can find it. So for the Y, it was minus 450 sine 60. But so let's look at it. But in this case, even though we know it's minus, just think about it. Just know the direction. If I want to put the direction in, you don't duplicate the minus sign. So we put the sign in, you put the direction in, and then you take the moment. So you don't duplicate the signs. So it's going down, and where is this distance? This distance is 2. So it's going to tend to turn it that way, which is clockwise. So therefore, it is really a minus. So you don't duplicate the signs, please. Just put in the convention, the direction it's going, and then you take the moment. So you won't duplicate your sign in the process. So that's the first one. All right. The next one, the 300 force. 300 force is acting through here. And it says 2 plus 4. What's that? 6. And it's acting, it's going to tend to turn it just the same way into the clockwise, which is minus. So it's 300 times 6. And what's the next one, then the folks? We have 2 more components. We have one that is running in the horizontal. That one is going to cancel out, which is going to be this guy up here. We are not going to include that guy because we're running right through A. There's no perpendicular distance. But the one that is coming down, this one here. So it's coming down and it's going to be turning it same direction, clockwise. So it's minus. So it's 700 sine 60 times 7. 7? 9. Oh, it go. 2, 6, and 3. How much that?
9.
6, 9.
9.
Right. Yeah. And therefore, what is the answer? Please work out those for me. Give me the sum total, please.
That will be negative 8,000.
Negative what?
8,000. 35.3.
Negative 8,000.
35.
35.
0.3.
For everything?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can somebody concur and see if he has done his mathematics correctly?
Why is that, sir?
Can someone concur and see if he has done
So,
it?
sir, what the value him give you?
What?
What is the value he gave to you?
The 8,035.3. But by the way, there's one more force that is left, and there's moment that is left out. Did you recognize that? I didn't put it in. So we're gonna have to add it in. We have to add it in. I'll keep this value and I'll put in the other moment. Now, there's an additional moment there that is hanging off right here. See there? 1,500. So I need to drop it in. And which direction is it going? It's going minus. So it's also a minus 150. Anybody see that? So that is all of that is accounting for all the moment in on the frame. So if what he works out before is correct, you sum all of that for me. And what you'll be getting what? 9,535. Please confirm. If it is incorrect, please, I need the class to be checking the working.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Nine.
All right. So now that you have done that for me, guys, well, God is good, you know. Wow. Man, beautiful. I'm feeling like my old self today in the afternoon here. All right. All right. No. All right. So now that we read so far, I want you to find that distant. I want you to find the single resultant force. Before going any further, please find the single resultant force. I mean, how do we see somebody tell me how we find a single resultant force? So we want to find the sum of F R. How do I find the single resultant force, guys? Can somebody tell me, please? I'm waiting.
Everything together.
How do I find the single resultant force? I want to find F
Everything modulus
FRX. All right, FRX. Work it out FRX for me. So I'm going to put them together, all the X component. So that's the first one for the X. The next one is 0. And the next one is minus 700 cos 60. And then the next one is FRY, going to be minus 450 sine 60 minus 300 minus 7 sine 60. Please give me those values, please, because I want to find the single resultant force. So please work them out and give me some time. We have about 15 minutes to go. I'll give you a little time. Work it out for me and find and give me the single resultant force using Pythagoras. So please work it out. I'm waiting. So I want FR from that, which is going to be FRX square plus FRY square under root. All right. So you're going to do all of that for me. I'm waiting. Not doing it. I'm stepping out of the room for a second.
All right.
While you work. While you work.
Sir, pause the recording.
What?
Pause the recording, sir. Pause the
Yeah,
recording.
work it, work it. All right. My shining stars. Done the problem now. Pure solution now. All right. Give me solution, guys.
Sir, calculated.
What? All right. What is FRX now? Give me single value for FRX. Single value for FRX.
Negative 125.
Everybody in the class agree with that? I
No,
want
cause me
one
get
person in the class.
37, me get minus 37.
It's 125.
Oh,
Huh? Anybody else?
Sir, it's 120,
right.
What's
125.
125? Check that again, Dixon. Two person confirm says 125. Cause 450 cause.
Yeah, that me just say 125.
Oh, I heard 175. All right.
Me say 175.
My apology. My apology. That's what I heard. All right. Next one now is positive or negative 125.
Negative.
All right, beautiful. All right, the next part. 450. This is 450 here. Make sure they don't realize it's 450 down here. 450 times minus 300 minus 7 sine 60. How much you gonna get for that one?
1,000, negative 1,295.9.
1,295.9.
Negative.
Negative. All right. And as a result of that, you get minus 125 square plus minus 125.9 square. And then you take the root of that. And what do you get for the result of that? What is the single resultant force you get?
You get 1,301.9.
1,300. That 1,301.9. Correct? All right. Now, having found all of that, can you find the distance that is acting from A for me now for this single force here? Can you find the distance? I want the distance that is acting from A. Remember, say A is up here. I want the distance is acting from A, and I want the angle, the direction. I want the direction of this force, and I want the D now. So I can get the formula for one of them. So it's M is equals to, which is MR, the motion moment MR times FRY times D. Right? But I want also the direction of this force here. So it's two things I want. And I have some work for you. 4 questions, 1 per group. And tomorrow evening, each group is going to work the question for me. I'm gonna send it to you. So you make sure in the group, work it out. And I'm gonna come and explain it. And I'm going to give the groups mark. And everybody in the group must participate. If you're not there, you got 0.
And upon where you send my Gmail, sir?
No, man, I'm gonna put it in the Moodle.
Oh.
I'll put it in the Moodle. That's probably the best place. the group email that I wanted is just to share the video. So I'll share it from my OneDrive. So your video will be shared from OneDrive. You can access them, and you view any all of them. I'm not putting them on movie. You are my private content. All righty. So what's the distance now, guys? And what is it? What is the distance and what's the direction of that single resultant force? And that, so the unit is newtons, eh? Because it's close to here, I didn't drop them in. Newtons. All right, all of these are newtons. But the moment one up here is Newton meter. See it up here? Newton meter. Probably I write them a little bit too close to each other. Let me name this in the meantime, no? Put some name in here. Come on. Oh. So I'm gonna call this EQ. It's actually there, eh? Okay. Okay, so we have frameworks, shear force, central moment of inertia, vector. All right, so they're all there. All right. Right. Yeah. I'm doing this with a key pattern. Oh, down up little feet. All right, let me do some administrative work here while you guys do that. This is date is March 23rd. It's 23rd, 2021. Everybody type their name in the chat. Is there anyone who don't type the name in the chat? Please do so now. because I'm recording the register. Anybody put their name in the chat just now? If you do, tell me, because I record it already. If you just do, please. I realize that a few persons are absent. Let me just.
Yes, sir. Just put my name in the chat. Malik Scott.
Scott, hold on. Let me just go to the register page now. Let me just go to the class register. Statics. Why even hurt I can't find a class folder. Come again. Okay. Let me just ask a question or two from this. All right. Who is it that just put their name down? Who is that? Alex, you said?
Malik Scott.
Scott. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Malik. All right. Last week, let me just check on a few names. Jamar, you were here last class, the 17th?
Yes, sir.
You were here the evening before?
Yes, sir.
Sure? Don't tell me
Yes,
that.
sir.
No, that's because Williams, what is it? Malik Williams. Were you here last
Yes,
week?
sir. Yes, sir.
Sure you're not just tricking
Yes,
me?
sir. Sir, I'm not tricky for sir enough time for.
Okay, all right. Stevenson.
Yes,
Were
I'm
you
here.
here last two class?
Yes, sir.
You're sure?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let me call out a name here now.
Crawford.
Linton, are you here? Damian Linton, are you here? Damian Linton? No? Absent.
Yes, sir. Damien there, sir.
You sure? Let me look good.
Maybe not on the mic, sir.
Hold on. Come ready for mark absent, you know.
You not on the mic.
Oh, no, Mike. Why? Okay. You know, no, Mike. All right, me understand. All right. Call it most mark him absent, you know, man.
So I'm say I have my absent, you know.
Wait, you seen my page? Wanna see my page? I don't wanna see my page, man. Who absent? Who that's one I Crawford?
I wanted to do that Tuesday, but not Wednesday.
Not Wednesday. All right. That's honest. All right. Let me just say the names. Let me get familiar now. So Brian Bailey, you're here today, right? Bailey, you're here. Bailey is absent. All right. Bailey absent then. Crawford present. Ben.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's where? I didn't find any name. I can't say where.
Bent is here, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice. Daily.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you say in this pandemic, you know, I'm teaching people who I don't even going to know who I taught. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know who I taught. Eh?
Davis.
Stefan is here. All right. Who?
Davis, sir. Davis.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yes. Uh, Ronaldo. He's here. Ronaldo. Wait, want to squad is squad not around. All right, squad not around. Squad
Squaddy.
upon duty. Squad upon duty. All right.
Boys, no
Squaddy.
bother with it.
I'm wrong. Ronaldo, are you here? Are you that just answer me? Hello? Did somebody just answer me? Ronaldo? Ferran?
Yes, sir.
Who said that? Mustn't bother with it something a while ago?
Malcolm, sir.
Oh, but Malcolm, your answer is not you who me talking about. Hamilton.
No, sir, I was responding to what Vice said.
Oh. Hamilton. Are you here?
Present.
Yeah, even though I have that listing, just on the page here now, so I just do it here now. Oh, class time actually finished. You guys have another class? You have another class now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. In the interest of time, I'll leave it alone. I'll mark it on my own. All right.
Sir, why do I have an absence, sir?
Go here. Who is that? Who is
Sir,
that?
Hakeem Lawrence, sir.
Hakeem.
Never missed a class before, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
You there all the class?
Every class, sir.
Why you not participate all of the class them though? Not you.
That's true, sir.
Man, sir, me
You
no
will work
class,
on that.
man. Me no
Here,
class, man.
you will work on that. Crawford, give me the ID number again now, please. Crawford, give me the ID number again now. Just type it in same time. Crawford, I can go on. Crawford, gone? I can go on. All right, guys.
Let us
No, Crawford, you're here? Give me the ID number now. Just type it. Crawford, not hearing you at all. The mic open, but I'm not hearing you. All right. Background is nice. All right. All right, guys. Next class, because you guys haven't worked my problem yet, you know. When you see it, you don't even done my problem yet. What's the answer? What is D? Before I go, give me D. What is D, class? Before I go. Any answer?
7.3. 7.3.
7.3? How did you get that? Tell us quickly before you go.
Divide the sum of the moment, resultant moment by the
All right, give me the values. Give me the values. So D now is equals to what is the moment now? The moment is 9,535.3 divided by FRY. What is FRY again?
1,295.9.
1,295.9. How much is it again? 7 point what?
7.3.
7.3 meter it was. All right. So it means therefore that 7.3 meter on this problem here, this is 6 So 7, so it's somewhere out here. What's the direction? Did you work out the direction for the force?
84.5.
In what direction was it going? It's going left or right? That way? 84 that way?
Yeah, that way, yeah.
Or 84 this way? Remember
No,
now,
the
you,
first one.
you have to be specific, you know, to see which direction it turns, you know. And you work with the components in order to tell you that. So what the components was telling you, one was they're both negative, eh? It was that way, and then this way, you know, so that's where it turned that way. So it was 1, 2, 5, and this is 1, 2, 9, 5. So that is that. So therefore it says tan theta is equal to 125 divided by this. This is what you got? You get it? That's what you did?
No.
How comes not? What was the value that it's supposed to be? 9.59. That's not what you got. So one was minus and one was, they both was negative.
Yeah.
They were both negative. Remind
Yeah,
me.
both negative, yeah.
Yeah, so it to be tan, so it's going to be opposite divided by this, and so tan inverse of that's not correct. What was the value? 125, and the other value was what? 1295.
5.9.
And they're both minus, you said?
Yeah.
Let me just check that. Let me go again. 125. I'm not sure them work out and I have up there, right? Because they're asking you to work them out. Mine some value up there, right, you know. This one minus 129. They're all minus. Make sure, you know. Because I'm not when I apply it, which is 125 divided by 1295 or 0.9, I get in 0.0965. And then I'll go sign inverse, I get in a very small angle. I mean, if it's right, it's right, but so I get in 5.5. That's a very small angle. It don't look correct to me.
Sir, I had the 129 5.9 on top.
Pardon me?
The 129 5.9 had it on top.
You got it on top. But remember, tan is what? Tan is opposite divided by the adjacent. All right? And so, yeah. So you couldn't have it on top if you're using that principle. It must be the smaller one, the x divided by the y. Right. So that you can use that for check. So the values look those values look a little bit skewed. Those values look a little bit skewed. Let me just check that if the direction is, if I drew the direction correct. Oh, hold on. Let me see what was it. Oh, I see what is the problem. Is the angle that I'm interpreting that they want. Is this angle here? Okay, it's correct. You're correct. Is the angle that yeah, is the angle, this angle here. But this one wouldn't help much. It's really this angle right here. So it's correct. So it's, yeah, you're right. Using that angle. Yeah. So in other words, this angle would have been a small angle here, down here. You know that incorrect neither, you know. It's not necessarily that incorrect, but because if this is a small angle here, it means If this is 80 something, then the 5 would be out here. So it's not totally incorrect. It's just a matter how you interpret it. In other words, what I'm saying, let me show you what I'm saying here. So I work it out to be 5.5. Right? So it means I'm saying that this angle here is 5.5. Not a problem, because that 5.5 from 90. I come back and I get 84.4. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So any way you take it, so it's still correct. What is this angle here? Really probably should be worked out, the bigger angle up there. It's not really wrong. It's which one angle, how you view it. All right, so it's, let me go again. You draw it, you come down, and that is the direction. The angle that I worked out was this one. The angle that you work out is this. That was your alpha. That was mine. So this, it would have been 5.5 and 5.5 there. Or it would have been 84 point what? 84.5 approximately. Or 84. So it depends on your interpretation of it. Not wrong. Both of us are correct.
So
All right?
the 5.5 would they say that it's coming from the negative y-axis?
There would be what?
It is from negative y-axis.
I wouldn't look at it that way. I wouldn't look at it that way. Remember now, All right. What my important thing to me, it is 7.5, so it's somewhere on here. Oops. So it means that my own just trying to interpret it. Or I work it out, it means that it would be 5.5 to the vertical. Your one would be to the horizontal, 84.4. So anyway you take it. And if you look at my one right up here, so it'll be 5.5 too. Anyway you take it. So it's still correct. You go that way, you come down. So if the force is coming this way, to the horizontal, you could have the 84.4 there, or the 5.5 there. You understand me? It's still the correct direction. But it is to which direction is normally find it to the horizontal. So you could use that to say, all right, work with the 84.4. But the direction not incorrect at all. You understand me? You
Yes, sir.
understand me? Or you could put the 84.4 down here to, the force. What is important is that the direction down here be correct. So it's either 5.5 or 84.4. You're still correct. All right, because what I use, I draw this arrow here and I draw this one here. Right? So, and I work with this angle as opposed to you finding that angle up there. So any which one of them is correct. All right. Most importantly, you have to look because it's correct in terms of the direction. But once you given the direction of it, so it's 5.5 to the vertical while 84.4 to the horizontal per se. All right. So you're correct. All right. So tomorrow I want to start a new topic tomorrow. I'll be going into frameworks tomorrow. I'm going to start one of the big topics before further ado. All right. I'm not wasting any time. I'm going into a big topic tomorrow. All right, guys. So that's it for me today now. So I'm out. Tomorrow.
Adios, sir. Adios.
Yeah, man. Good.